Hi there, I'm Don.
And hi, I'm Cindy. Welcome to Pearls of Liberty, April 12th, 2014. We are focusing today on the Bundy Ranch, the controversy there, and we have a few articles about what's going on physically, but we kind of want to look underneath and see what some of the motives are behind what the Bureau of Land Management is doing there. So beginning here with YouTube search BLM Bundy Ranch, and there's a lot going on here. And Oath Keepers, Coalition of Western State Legislators, Sheriffs, and Veterans stand vigil in support of embattled Nevada rancher Cliven Bundy to prevent another Ruby Ridge or Waco.
Yep, the Stuart Rhodes is going to be there in a day or two. I'm not sure exactly how soon with Oath Keepers. And one of the things that is being mentioned is the danger of phony militia getting in there, feds actually posing as militia and getting a fight started so that the militia look like the bad guys. And that is the typical false flag that we want to avoid, and the way to avoid it is to become aware of it, and I would hope that Stuart Rhodes and Oath Keepers have sort of a buddy system where they know each other, and if some group shows up and claims to be Oath Keepers and or militia guys, I would hope that they would, and I know that Oath Keepers aren't militia, there's two different things, but in the public mind, they can blend together. So I think it's important for patriots to develop some kind of a buddy system of who they trust, and I expect that that's happening on the ground even now.
Of course, some of the small militias could easily have been infiltrated because the Black Panther who talks on Alex Jones about how they were betrayed and manipulated, it said that, I think at one time there were more interlopers, more infiltrators than there were actual Black Panther Party members. So.
Yeah, and that's exactly why that they need to do this. And when I say know each other, that means that they know each other at a level that they can actually trust each other. And yeah, that's been done in the past, and that's part of the federal MO. So it's time to be smart.
Absolutely. There are a lot of challenges at this protest. Paul Joseph Watson tweeted that Bundy family reports cell towers near ranch have been shut down, preventing communication and video uploads.
So they're getting wise to the alternative media, shutting down the means of communication. Of course, that means that the video will just need to be saved locally and gotten off of the ranch and then uploaded later. So, these guys can slow you down, slow the truth down, but they can't stop it.
Absolutely. I have this article moving a little more toward what is behind this move of the Bureau of Land Management to take the Bundy's ranch and shut them down. There are 52 other ranches that used to be in the area, and they have all been effectively shut down. And the Bundy Ranch is the only one that remains in that area. Militarized siege of Bundy Ranch is all about oil fracking deals.
Yeah, there's an article, this is before it's news, I think that might even reference the national news article. That was, it's the first one I saw, where Mike Adams' group is talking about this very same thing. And yeah, it is about the mineral rights, and in particular, it's about being able to have massive amounts of money from fracking the land, which of course we know destroys the water table, etc. So, yeah. Are we surprised it's about money? No. But it's also about intimidation and federal power. So they go hand in hand.
An interesting perspective was offered by Jim Garrow on Facebook, the guerrilla warfare specialist. And
he's basically saying that Obama had great help from the Chinese getting elected and is beholden to them, and therefore he wants to give the Chinese control of land like this, and that Valerie Jarrett said that there would be payback. Now, he doesn't talk so much about the land control, but he's looking at this more in terms of payback on the people that didn't support it. And I think that's probably true on a certain level. But also, if he's right there about the need for the control of the land by the Chinese, then I think there may be an actual economic reason for that. If as the world currencies shift and are realigned, then the United States fiat dollar is going to go kapoof. That's already happening on a few different fronts. I've shared news stories personally about that. And the U.S. dollar, soon to be the U.S. Treasury note, will need to be backed by real assets, and the federal claims to land out in the West will be key, I am thinking, in terms of using those as assets to back the new dollar.
Now, if that concerns you that, oh my gosh, the American people don't really own the property out west, and now the federal government does, and now China's going to, these agreements were entered into fraudulently. So once we begin to have our constitutional republic restored, my understanding is that we will be free of some of those kinds of agreements.
Well, yeah, a lot of these UN treaties and executive orders were violations of the Constitution. Clinton has done that with the creation of what is now the BLM. And yeah, it's time to take those back. And then when the people own the land, then that means that those assets belong to Americans. It's not as if the federal government is supposed to be a separate entity. Right now it is, because we have a corporate federal government. The true, real, organic federal government is the people. So that's the distinction that people have to keep in mind, is that once we get rid of this corporate imposter that thinks that they're our government, then the people will really own the land, and those resources really will belong to the American people. As, to quote the old Woody Guthrie song, "This land is your land." And it can be again.
Absolutely. And for anyone who doesn't understand some of those concepts about the U.S. corporation, you can find some information here at this website. I withdraw my consent. My country is not my country. Invasion of the Nation Snatchers.
Yep.
And here's an addendum to the story that we noticed after we had recorded our video. Breaking news, sheriff to meet with Cliven Bundy. And that is new today, according to this video from David Knight. They were supposed to meet at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and there's hope that the sheriff will be lending his support to the Bundys, but that does remain to be seen. So they're really asking for prayer. David Knight made a specific plea for prayer for the Bundys, and may the Lord bless them and their ranch and bring justice in this situation. So we thank you for tuning in for this week's Pearls of Liberty, and hope that you're having a great weekend.
As always, we remind you to see the world the way that it really is, and you're going to have to get away from the mainstream media to do that. And see yourself in it, not withdrawing from it, but engaging it. Walk your walk. You are the one you've been waiting for.